Hi, this is Bill King with Water Online, reporting live from WEFTEC 2012. I'm here with Elena Bailey, Business Development Director for Ovivo North America. Elena?
Hi, how are you doing? Very nice to see you, Bill.
Nice to see you too.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us here.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Always enjoy coming over to the Ovivo exhibit at WEFTEC. There's always some new technology, a new focus here at the show. Yep. What is the focus for this year?
This year is our net zero energy. We basically felt like we had tremendous technologies for biological nutrient removal, and we're very strong in the water and wastewater. That's what Ovivo is. But a new theme for us is not just to meet the total nitrogen of 3, that we have a lot of installations that do it, and a phosphorus of 0.03, which we have a lot of that, but how can you get there where it doesn't cost any energy to the customer, considering that it's strictly municipal waste. That's what we focused on. So based on that, we had a number of technologies presented at a workshop that we did, and we call it the new math in BNR 3.030, which is 3 total nitrogen, 0.03 phosphorus, and 0 being energy. So we presented some flow sheets, some new provocative ideas of the future and the present, and then we explained how they can be incorporated to achieve that. It was pretty successful.
Why is that net zero energy focus so important right now for municipalities?
Number one, wastewater has been a necessary evil. And we've been trying to optimize that water that we're wasting. So reuse has been a big issue, but it's been costing us a lot of energy to get there. So our goal has been, can we do that without costing the customer that much energy? And so we focus on technologies that they use about 60% of the energy, like the main aeration tanks. So we talked about AeroStrip, which is the most energy efficient fine bubble right now that can get you there. 60% of the wasted energy is on that aeration. Then we focused on technologies to recover energy. So you have to spend energy to treat wastewater, but if you can do it in an efficient way like LM mixer and sonolizer, now you can recover a lot of it, and if you balance the two, you have a net zero. So now you can treat the waste and have not cost to the customer, basically.
Sure. Well, let's look at those technologies in a little bit more depth.
Okay.
Can you tell me a little bit about the AeroStrip?
Okay, AeroStrip was really important because one of the things that we've been focusing on is going from coarse bubble to fine bubble, and then the latest generation of fine bubble. And AeroStrip is considered ultra fine bubble, which is the most efficient diffuser. The unique thing about aeration is it may last day 1 and year 1 may be good, and then it drops a lot in efficiency. So we wanted to see what ours looks like. And so Dr. Stenstrom, actually, he took our oldest U.S. installation, which is in Bremerton, Washington, and it's 11 years old. And to the best of our knowledge, is the oldest diffuser that was ever tested that showed almost no degradation in performance after 11 years. So the idea is to maintain that performance on day 1, because otherwise it's costing me a lot of energy. So that to us was a very significant finding for the net zero energy solutions.
Okay, Elena, so here's the AeroStrip diffuser display, and here's an ad that I've picked up about the AeroStrip, and I'm not quite sure if I understand it, so I was hoping you could explain that for us.
It's a funny story, actually. The product manager, Tom Leland, had this in a dream at 2 a.m., and he got up and he decided to put this together, and I thought it was brilliant, so we decided to make an ad out of this. It just basically says, Mr. AeroStrip, you look fantastic. How do you stay in such a great shape? And it says, I stay away from additives, relax every day, and have a great Austrian acupuncturist. And the joke behind this is those are the 3 main things that make this product stand out. Is the fact that we don't have any Teflon coating or anything on the top. This is, the material is exactly the same all the way through. We do a relaxed process, which other products don't, so it actually recovers back its youthful strength. And the acupuncture is the idea. It's made in Austria, so the perforation is very unique to this product. which is what allows it to work without any orificing, and it allows the flexibility to go from 24 to 1 turn down.
Okay.
So that's pretty much
where
what
the
this
Austrian
is. That's
piece
what the
comes
Austrian
in.
piece. So
Very good.
yeah, it's a really great. It kind of captures the essence of what's unique about it.
Yeah.
So I agree. It's a really cool product.
And tell me a little bit more about that relax everyday motion.
Yeah, what it does, it basically sits into the base of the plate, and we don't have any solids being penetrated through that go through to the plate. So what it does, it closes every one of the pores, and that's how you actually eliminate a lot of the solids. And then when you turn it back on, it pushes everything out.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's really a very cool concept.
Great.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So Elena, we talked a little bit about where the Ovivo solution, the AeroStrip, where when you need to use energy, the importance is to use it in the most efficient way as possible.
Absolutely, yes.
And then now we're going to talk a little bit about a solution that you have that actually creates energy as a byproduct that can then be reused in the plant operations.
Yeah, our flow sheet that we talked about in the Net Energy Zero basically kind of changes the dynamics on how we want to treat it. So you're going to go aerobic first, then we propose an MBR, and then you cut it short, and then you go into an anaerobic digestion that hopefully you can use the LM mixer, which is extremely efficient, about 60% more efficient than something else. But the more you push into this area, you can produce biogas, which now is your net balance on the other side. So yes, you're spending energy with AeroStrip because you have to treat it. Now you're producing biogas that is a positive net energy, and if you use it wisely, you can get to the net zero. Now, digging more deep into it, there's COD that you don't have accessible very easily, and that's what we use the sonolyzer for. And that's a product that is right next door to this one. And the way we would treat the ammonia, we would do it with zeolite, which is a technology that we featured again this year, and we call it the ZAR. And so our idea is cut the biological to a very short SRT and then go physical chemical on the back end. So this is the sonolyzer. It's an ultrasonic piece of equipment that we are actually using in 2 different areas. This is being used on the anaerobic digestion, which basically now can go into the COD part of it and release more energy, which is available for digestion. Therefore, it keeps the positive that way. And that's one of the horns. This is 1 out of the 5. And then another way we use it, if you put it in a different location, now it can break down a lot of the COD going back into the head of the plant. So therefore, it can reduce the requirement for biological phosphorus removal, which quite a few plants, they have to use methanol. So the same piece of equipment, if you put it in 2 different lines, it can give you more gas production. It also reduces the amount of chemicals that you need on the biological side. So that's how we did it. So there's one way to do it. Either you go physical chemical, which is with the ZAR, or you can use this if you're going to go BioP, and it produces everything that you need without using any methanol.
Let's go and talk about the ZAR a little bit.
Okay, the ZAR technology was developed as a physical chemical technology 20 years ago, but this is like what we would call evolution of it. So in theory, you need a certain amount of oxygen to remove BOD, and then you need about 4.6 times more oxygen to remove ammonia. So it's like you keep in a balance between the first stage and the second stage. So our idea for the net zero energy is produce whatever we need to get the first part of it, and then we use an expression called shunting COD breakdown, and then we actually move it to a second stage, and we do it with a physical chemical reaction, which is the zeolite. We use a mineral which is called the zeolite, so we can reduce that. So by doing that, it reduces the amount of oxygen that you need to do the biological nitrogen. So that's the net energy that you're saving. and basically we do it with a physical chemical. So the combination of AeroStrip, Ella mixer, Sonolyzer, our MBR technology, and now the ZAR, we came up with the flow sheet that it actually came out to be a positive net energy.
Well, Elena, thank you very much for having us today.
Absolutely, Bill. It was my pleasure, and hopefully we get to see you again next year.
Sure.
All right. If you got any questions, ovivowater.com.
Very good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.